Shit up. Sometimes shit happens. Things get broke, and who are you gonna call?
No one knows. All I do know is that we are now officially live.
Yay.
Hey there, everyone. This is Adam, and I boomered twice in the span of 2 minutes, which I think is a record. You can thank us being offline for a couple of weeks due to a lot of big things happening, and me forgetting how when you schedule a stream, it's very different than if you just kind of do a stream out of the blue. I'm not joking. If you do a stream out of the blue, you can use OBS to actually just start the stream. But if you schedule a stream, you have to press the button on YouTube. It's really strange.
Nobody cares, old man, about this technical shit. They came here for a show.
And
I just want to say,
God, they are going to get a show.
How you doing, y'all? It's me. It's Big Pigeon. Biggie Pigeon came back, and after a long hiatus, I wanted to finally talk to you all after I got done with my fucking schooling. But unfortunately, the topic we're going to be discussing today is not based in Red Pill at all.
God damn it. I'm Randall, and I've been staring at this cover for like the past 15 minutes, and I think it gets worse every time I look back at it.
That's impressive. That's an impressive thing to say. And anyway, Greg is here. Greg is sick. Greg is fading from reality, but Greg is here. Hi.
Yeah, what happened was he got the second dose of the Pfizer shot, and he thankfully warned us that there's a higher chance that you get a bit of flu, a little bit of vertigo sometimes. Like that was a potential side effect of the first one, but yeah, it hit him.
Every shot of Corona Cure vaccine is personally filled with gay AIDS that turns you gay and it kills you.
Anyway, thankfully we're not monetized, or else that would have done it.
Well, I don't know. YouTube might take it down for spreading misinformation.
Probably. Well. So before that happens, let's also say that, yeah, sorry about being gone for a couple weeks, but it's because stuff happened. Namely, the Diopsids got married. They couldn't show up tonight.
And all that takes a lot out of you, it seems.
Yep. And this book is probably going to take a lot out of us because the book that we're going to cover is, was it Meatpunks? Extreme Meatpunks Forever.
The role-playing game, Quick Start Edition.
So
now, what? Now, so if fine individuals want to read along, where can we find a copy of this?
That's a good question. Where did you find this? The Seventh Layer of Hell?
I actually don't remember.
In the back catalogs of
they have their own
University.
They have their own website. They do have a website.
Yeah, so go get it through official sources.
Or you could just summon Nyarlathotep. He'll probably have a few copies. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah.
Want to show off this
cover? Oh yeah, let's show off this beautiful art, which is already making me want to shiver and scream. Hopefully the hotkey worked, but if not, don't worry. You'll just see our pretty faces, and by pretty faces I mean the stills that represent us.
Nope.
That'd be better.
It is not seeing it. Might have to do it manually.
Oh no, I might have to do something manually.
Oh, there we go.
By the way, yes, there is a bit of a delay on streams. That's why I was wondering. So this is
cancer.
There's a lot of words to describe this.
Well, Slender Man is one. He's up in the top left.
But he has a mouth.
That makes it worse.
The only way I can kind of describe this is just through screaming. You have mutant Twitter logos. The eye deer with its bloody mouth.
Isn't that an SCP?
It's like concept art from a sequel to The Thing.
You have the non-desired at all sequel to Attack on Titan, which ended with the guy turning into a bird and the creator saying things that would get him banned everywhere.
San Diego.
Oh man, look at that tagline. Scroll down to the bottom of the cover page.
Well, I'm not done yet. We got not Rose Tico kissing a random black lady, which means it's already banned from China.
These things.
We have generic
got-
evil bad guy from Johnny Quest, the 1960s show in the back behind Slenderman with a mouth.
And if you look in that group too, with the guy with the mask, I'm pretty sure that's the dog welder.
There's also Major Metallotron after losing a bet. And I think maybe a little bit of cribbing from the end of Evangelion. Be gay, pilot mechs, those aren't mechs. Like, even if you're going by Evangelion logic, they're not mechs.
Scroll down, Adam, so they can see that wonderful tagline.
Oh yeah, and kill Nazis. By Sinister Beard Games, a company that is so proud of its beard they hide it in shame.
Yeah. Actually, I think their logo is Konstantin Rodzewski. Looks a little like him.
Anyway, coming to Kickstarter June 2021, but it's here now. So.
It's like the Apophis asteroid, that's going to come and slam into our planet apparently in like 2029.
We can only hope.
Yeah, baby. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm waiting for.
So this is written by by the best team. It is literally written by 2 people. The art was done by 1 person. The interior art, a book is good when most of the staff goes into the interior art.
Yeah, I'll be honest. With that one thing,
One editor.
What's the cover page? At least you can't say it's not boring.
It's interesting. It is visually interesting in a drug nightmare kind of way.
Yeah.
And I do love drugs.
It's powered by the apocalypse.
Yep, so not even an original system. And I just want to point something out. Right at the top, after coming to Kickstarter June 2021. Meaty as this proud document is.
Oh no,
They
they're trying to
open
be
this
cute
thing
with the puns.
But they're not.
Anyway, welcome to sessions part 0. As below with oh, alright, go not back up. Okay.
Oh, with the highway that's on top of, I guess, a meat titan or something.
I don't know.
It looks more like dirt. It looks more like some asshole decided to make like a weird dirt mound. Anyway, welcome to Meat World.
In the beginning, there was meat.
Isn't that the beginning of Off?
Probably. A decaying chunk of flesh from a dying god, hurtling through the void of space, thousands of miles wide.
Isn't this the plot of Hellstar Romina?
A million eyes, a billion hands grasping for purchase against nothingness itself.
Oh, it is. It's ripping off a Junji Ito comic.
Oh my
God. If it
God.
had a mouth, it would scream. A terrified, lonely monster, separated from itself for the rest of it, separated from its what?
Oh, separated from itself for the rest of eternity. Basically, it's like part of a whole. Paying some sort of penance for the act of being alive. This is trying for horror, and it's not working because the person writing this, they're trying too hard.
Yeah.
They opened up and they're trying too hard.
I mean, I was actually gonna say more that it's the fact that the cover has nothing. That the cover.
It has nothing to do with that at all. Yeah, that doesn't help either.
Yeah, like I mean, I'll give it there's a sort of an eldritch feeling from the mechs because of the weird tentacles and things, but that's like it's very loose.
Oh, and apparently they ripped off the plot of Neon. This is literally Neon Genesis Evangelion. Holy shit!
I don't think they give. I don't think they give a shit that you caught them. I think they're unabashed.
Oh, I don't think they care either.
Effect.
I mean, the thing is, copyright law means you only have to change like 10 to 25%, enough to be able to do it, so it's fine. So
is the
basically,
Yep.
this is Lilum. This is the black. This is like the black egg. And humanity are the Lilum. Okay. We're getting into fucking Evangelion.
Good thing we
God.
good thing we taught you all about Ava, Lord Randall, in preparation of this.
Yeah, actually, that is kind of fitting, given that that actually is really fitting.
Okay, so everybody lives on the meat blob. Our scientists estimate that the flesh god, known as Meat World, to its inhabitants.
I'm just envisioning
Really?
Meatwad going, "That's not my name." Are they just living on Meatwad? Is this like an Aqua Teen Hunger Force episode gone horribly wrong?
Probably.
It all takes place on Meatpunk.
all the fascists just turn out to be Carl.
No, it's either Carl or Master Shake.
We're not there yet. Well, we did mention Nazi, so
yeah, it did say killing Nazis, so you know.
Came into
I am doing
orbit,
this blind, but when you say something like that, you kind of get an idea where they're going.
Came into orbit around the now stolen sun several billion years ago. Its surface covered with
what?
space debris and eventually life. Okay,
finds a way.
Okay, its surface covered with space debris and eventually life. One would be surprised to find the difference in origin between our world and yours.
Okay,
What?
that is. I think the
Messed
writer
up.
had a mild syntactical breakdown.
That's
I think
What?
the idea is they're trying to compare Meat World to our reality, but the problem is they butchered the phrasing. And also, it is telling that they have managed to out-dumb the Super Mario Brothers movie intro. Remember how it opens up where it's like 65 million years ago, a meteor slammed into the planet, causing a rip in the space-time continuum to trap the dinosaurs.
fuck. That's like a masterpiece of world building on par with like Middle Earth compared to this shit.
Anyway, let's continue because we have pages to go through.
Yeah, we have a lot more to go, unfortunately.
We have.
Can I do page 4?
Yep.
You see, we meat worlders are resourceful people. While your world was rich in metals, ours was not. We were given flesh, and so flesh was used. We became skilled in the art of meatallurgy, bending the living force.
I kind of wish that the people who wrote this had a meat allergy, because oh my god, the puns are terrible.
Bending the living forces of nature to our will is a dangerous art and an unnerving one to behold, but I think you'll find the results to be worth it.
What's wrong
After
with using
all, we
the
live...
word flesh crafting or
Probably because it's not. There's a very simple answer to that, Adam. It's not trademarked.
Good point.
We live in a dangerous world. It's only right that we become dangerous ourselves. By the way, good job burping off a Darkwing Duck quote.
Help me!
I'm so glad I didn't try to read the first few pages. Oh god.
Oh god, was that really that good? Okay.
It's just
Fucking kids cartoon. Oh.
I don't know. Okay. So
Okay. The crown jewel of Meat World, its capstone, is the mech.
Why isn't it called the meat? Why don't they add meat to the word mech? Mech meat.
We'll probably see it later. A half-dead mound of flesh that a human can pilot by connecting their nerve systems together.
Oh, hey, ripping off the Ava units again. Fucking good job. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Anyway, once again, mechs can range from meaty suits to mound-crushing, mile-high monstrosities, but the average size of a personal mech is 12 to 20 feet tall. A mech is a deeply personal thing. It responds to your soul. becomes a part of you as much as you become a part of it. You must impart. You must impart your deepest secret to it before piloting. Okay, Mech, I need you to know. I have a foot fetish. Can we be partners now? Can we be partners now?
Help me!
Damn it.
Okay, this is why you get me when I'm sick. I got my head all loose. Your mech name, your true name, that thing that ties
Wait,
you
so
to
these
yourself.
aren't meat mechs. These are demons. That's
Yeah,
a thing
pretty
from
much.
demonology.
Yeah, pretty much. Your mech name.
Mech,
Never speak it
mech.
to another. Even
I
has the
murdered a
forbidden
hooker
name.
in 1991 and buried her corpse outside of the Pine Barrens.
Okay, the other thing you should know about Meat World is ... There's no good way to put this. A while back, this is all in bold, so I'm gonna project. A while back, the sun disappeared.
How are you
Then
not dead?
There one day, gone the next. Instead, we have the bright, a glowing firmament sky with mysterious origins. It gets bright and dark seemingly at random, and it can turn any color of a rainbow. It sounds dystopian, but wait until you see a hot pink fall over the flesh spires. There's nothing like it. Yeah, and I'm sure all those crops are really happy about that.
Yeah.
Oh
The
yeah,
world-
climatology in this world's fucked.
Don't worry, guys. The crops grow through magic. That's how
Probably.
it happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was I saying?
The world is wild.
This world is wild and beautiful. While it bears the scars of our mistakes, I hope you can learn to love it. Not in spite of its scars, but because of them. The groves of bioluminescent trees, the mutated rat wolves lurking in the shadows, the double crows and the murder horses, and all of it. It's wonderful and terrible all at once, and I love it dearly. Welcome to Meat World. We hope you enjoy your stay. Dora, Godkiller's first cross-dimensional transmission, 1993.
Okay, so
For the record, if this was supposed to be like an advertisement, like an in-universe advertisement to visit Meat World, no.
I'm pretty sure the only response to this is to send a nuclear missile through.
One nuclear missile?
Nope.
No, send all of it. All the nukes. All the nukes.
Oh no, we've encountered a Slaneshi code. Format.
All right.
Well, no, I just want to get into a little bit. Usually, when you start a tabletop RPG book, you do if you're doing something like White Wolf, which is what they're shooting for, because a lot of these people, when they try to make a book, they usually aim for fluff over crunch. They're usually supposed to kind of establish a setting or like a scene.
What is up, my Caucasoids?
No! We already started. You're not allowed.
Hey, Al, we're reading Meat World. You're going to be confused.
The unicorn has arrived.
You're damn straight the unicorns arrived.
Yeah, we're reading Meat World.
So this is learning how people beat their meat? Is this what?
That would be a better book,
but you'll wish it was. Well, actually, you're right in a way, but.
Oh yeah, you're technically right. I mean, if you count like punching, if you count the Attack on Titan Titans beating each other up.
I mean, that is technically. I mean, that is.
I will say this though, you missed the happiest I've ever heard Adam in my entire life.
This game
is beautiful.
This game is so good that it had to quote Darkwing Duck.
Oh,
sent him into like a laughing madness. But yeah, let's continue. Let's continue on. I think you want to take over?
I want to. Part 1: How to be gay and kill Nazis. How to be gay and kill Nazis.
This is what you're in for.
We're off to a strong start already.
Okay. So in this game, you'll play as part of a gang of queer anti-fascists in a strange place called Meat World.
So what happens? What if you aren't? The thing is, what if you aren't a homosexual or complete utter faggot? That's my question.
Well,
then you can't play
the bad guys.
Play
you're
the
not
game.
allowed.
But then,
don't worry, you'll learn
You're not
more.
The target audience. You're not the target audience. You're not the target audience.
The only thing I can say is that You know how eventually a series will get so bad that they'll eventually send their monster into space.
We already start in space in this thing.
So yeah, this sequel of Sigmata has definitely gone out of hand. That's an insult to Chad Walker.
Yeah,
God.
no,
That's a
comparing
big
this to
insult to Chad.
Sigmata is an insult to Sigmata. At least Sigmata tried.
At least Sigmata world built, yeah. Or
Yeah,
tried to.
it wasn't great,
Jesus.
but fuck, its leagues better.
Can someone read page 5? Because there are some amazing things that you can
yeah.
set
All
out.
of the
I wanna do it, I
technology
wanna do it.
here, I already claimed. All of the
Fuck you.
technology here is made of meat harvested from the dead god we're spinning through space on. That tech includes meat mechs, giant flesh golems you can pilot. You've got one of these mechs, which is just as well because Meat World is full of monsters, old gods, a land that wants to eat you alive, and so many fucking Nazis!
However, our loyal viewer Holtz made a great joke that I'm going to steal from him, saying, "Won't you be beating your mech?"
Probably.
So the question is, does it pilot through? Is this like Evangelion shit?
Literally,
Like
they stole all of Evangelion stuff, including the biomechanical meat mechs. That's the level of creativity we're dealing with. Darkwing Duck quotes and Evangelion ripoffs.
This is about to get dangerous, people.
That was the thing.
That
Fuck.
actually was a quote in here. So anyway, you'll get to fight Fash. Oh god, they unironically used the word Fash. That's je ne sais quoi. Explore the weirdness that is Meat World. Attack and dethrone God. Oh, so there's that element
okay.
too.
But
Wow, this is
tips
getting...
Fedora. Oh, we're already 5 pages in, and we're already doing some hard tipping fedoras. This is
Solve
great.
mysteries like a gore-dripping Scooby Gang. Deal with trauma, and if you're lucky, make out with your friends because that's
What?
a great way to get kicked out of a group.
So, I didn't know this. I didn't know you had to. I didn't know that the session's supposed to end with you all fucking each other. I mean, that's
You know,
a little different.
When you made the joke beating your meat, I didn't know you'd be right on every aspect possible.
Is this a circle jerk? Is circle jerk a way you build friendship in this game?
Well, if we go down, if we get to the mechanics, that might be a mechanic.
We're getting to... So, all that sound good? Sweet. Grab 2 to 4 friends, 3 regular 6-sided dice, and we'll tell you how to play. Also ruin your friendship, but we don't, you know.
The one
It's
thing
it's called building a close friendship. God damn it!
The one thing it does have over Sigmata is it's telling us, hey, get ready. We're going to explain the mechanics right away. You're beating Chad on that at the very least.
Well, yeah,
God!
But Chad actually...
Can I read?
Yeah, you can. But I want to say, Chad also eventually came up with mechanics that they work for the setting, and at the very least, his world setting isn't so unabashedly... I can't... Dumb? I'm sorry. Moronic, dumb.
I wouldn't even call it dumb. I'd call it low effort. Like
That's
can make
perfect,
a dumb,
actually.
Yeah, you can make a dumb setting that's actually fun.
Rayfu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
way.
Well,
all right, I'll do page 6. All right, are you ready?
The conversation.
Playing Extreme Meatpunks Forever is having a conversation. That means it's easy. You sit at the table with dice and pencils and sheet, paper, or more likely at the moment you sit down on a Zoom call with online dice roller and a blank Google Doc.
Oh no, the writers have taken a page from the Kinetoscope Ruprecht School of Writing.
And you talk to each other.
That's not going to be dated in 5 years.
Yada yada, Game Master or GM who controls the world and all the NPCs, the rest of you who control the PCs. For most part, conversation revolved around the PCs. You say what you do and how they react. Since the other players don't live in your head, you convey your character's thoughts and emotions and feelings through other players and the GM.
So, guys, this is the first time I've actually seen one of these books actually explain the role of what a fucking GM does. I think Rayfu's the only other one.
I can't knock it, because maybe I can imagine, the people that would want to play this are not RPG regulars, so whatever.
Well, no, every book worth a shit is supposed to have this section in here because it's supposed to also appeal to new players. This is the one of 2 books we have fucking read that actually does that. I think Sigmata does it kind of, but not quite.
Yeah.
And Wraithafu does. This is the second and a half book we've read that actually does its fucking job.
Well, we're making a big deal out of nothing, so I'm just gonna move on to making moves. Sometimes you'll say something that triggers a special rule called a move. Moves are like programming languages of the game. When you do X, then Y. Shaping and defining the fiction when your characters take action. The basic moves are at the core of the game, and any PC can trigger them from the start of play. Each character also gets their own moves. More specific pieces of programming languages that point the characters in their own cool and interesting directions. The PCs might add more moves over the course of play. In general, the basic moves cover situations that come up all the time in Extreme Meatpunks Forever stories, while the special moves cover situations that a character is specific or much more rare.
So you get these special abilities you can just fire off as you want, or
Yeah, I think.
or is this a way to
powered
avoid
by
turn order?
This is powered by the apocalypse, so it's its own weird system.
Remove has a specific trigger when you do X, part of the program. They aren't triggered whenever or when you feel like they should be, but only when your characters are in situations that triggers the move. If you want to trigger a move, you have to do something that triggers it. You can also
the
avoid
worst way possible to describe how to play a game.
Wait, hold on. I think something good's coming up. Turning to the next page on 7. Triggers are almost always tied to the fiction, which means all moves are governed by the same principle. If you do it, you do it. If you want to trigger the basic move, fuck around and find out.
Okay.
You figure out, bitch.
And then you have to tangle with a bunch of assholes. And if you pick up a stool bar and smash it across the back of the Fatch who's getting up in your friend's face, you're fucking around and finding out whether you want to trigger that move or not.
Wait, so you can't even play the game, it just auto plays? What the fuck?
Oh, the thing is, what if
by the apocalypse system?
So let me get this straight. So what if the people are getting your friend's face saying that they're being too loud, and you just being
around and find out.
Well, they violated the NAP, so you know.
Also, again, the writing is just.
They violated the.
Did they get AEF to write this?
This is literally just fucking. This is just flowery words saying I attack. That's all this is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the apocalypse system.
Last time too, fucker.
When a move asks you to roll die, pick up 2 6-sided dice, hereafter referred to as 2d6, and roll them. You'll probably be asked to roll with something or plus something like guts, awkward, sinew, or love.
Wait,
That
didn't
means that
Sigmata also only have 4 stats? It's almost
What
like
the fuck is?
That means add the number to whatever comes. Okay, so modifiers. Yeah, so those are okay. So if you have chill plus 2, you add 2 to the results on the die.
But where's chill on the 4 stats you gave? Is that
Don't think about it.
Is that another stat?
Fuck around and find out. It's in the rules. You
Fuck
figure
around
this.
and find out.
Well,
Okay, the GM doesn't roll dice in Extreme Meatpunks Forever. Ever. The
What?
GM just says
what is it with these weirdos who fucking hate actually DMing? This is like
no, the GM just says what happens, making moves when a player rolls a miss, when the conversation gets boring, or when a move tells them to contribute. Wow.
So you just jump in and say, okay, and then this horse shit happens.
But what if they?
It encourages railroading. Wow.
Also, this is playing on the assumption that your DM's nice. What if he's an arbitrary asshole? Just be like, yeah, fuck you. Yeah, you missed.
Well, then
you also missed.
Just take a pig out of Stigmata and rebel against the GM.
Rise up against the DM.
Like that's the thing with the system. There's no balance of power that the dice provides here, because there are GMs that will and can and will just say fuck you, you're missing regardless, especially if they don't like you.
Yeah.
This is their like the dice are there to prevent that. And since it's not here, oh god, this
What
is
is it?
incompetent.
What? There's so no arbitration on the DM side. So that's really good. That's fantastic.
This game is perfect if you're the type of DM that just wants to tell people the scene. You know, that type of DM. Ugh.
Hits and misses. A total result of 7 or higher is a hit, while a 6 or lower is a miss. A 10 or higher is a strong hit, while a 7, 8, or 9 is a weak hit. Most moves
Why have the concept of weak hit?
Most moves give some results and changes the fiction between strong hits and weak hits, and some may say what happens on a miss. Okay, so it's like degrees of success.
Oh no.
Oh, that's what they're shooting for.
So they're doing
How many
a so
writers
they are
was
doing
there
a
again?
whirlpool.
Just one?
Some moves have
There were 2 writers. No, there was
12
only 1 editor though.
That
plus
explains a lot.
yeah. Some moves have a 12 plus result for when things go super well. A miss, 6 or less, isn't necessarily the same as a failure. It just means the GM gets full say over what happens next.
Yeah,
And
this reminded me a lot of something.
And chances are you won't like it.
So you don't even miss. It's just you can roll like a 5 and the DM says you hit the guy in the face, but he just kind of grabs your foot or something. Wow.
Also, I can make a strong hit that you know what? It doesn't matter. This dude is Chad McThundercock. Yeah. You're in for a fun time.
Now that I'm thinking about it, if like you're exclusively fighting the Fash, and if you just have a GM that's being an asshole about it, would that mean he's unabashedly rooting for the fascists to win in that situation then?
I didn't think
Oh
that
God, shit.
Well, no. See, then you need to cancel the GM because he's obviously a crypto fash.
Well, no, you see, you're giving thoughts to a group of people that probably only the most amount of thought was, let's rip off Attack on Titan, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Darkwing Duck, and just whatever nonsense that our little Antifa group talks about on our Twitter.
Okay, I want to read the basic moves, and let's beforehand, people. Let's look in on this artwork, where the artwork seems to have no impact whatsoever. And notice, look under the chin. You'll see a beard. So this is a guy.
Wait, what are you looking
Oh,
at?
they do have a beard.
They look like they're 120.
The one the girl's punching.
They're going
The
for kind of
the girl. Let's put that in quotation marks. Yes.
Girl.
Female-looking person.
Yes.
The progressive 2003 ad looking motherfuckers.
Yeah, it looks like there's no impact with the
Remember
punch.
that car insurance commercial series which had an art style like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they're fighting like cyber
Yeah, the one everyone made porn for.
What the fuck are Star Wars get up?
Cyberfat Mando the Fasciolorian, we'll call him that.
The generic Italian sci-fi bad guy one.
The Fasciolorian looks like there's almost 100-pound weight difference between the two, so this is already looking fantastic. But so I'll read this. The basic moves. Each player gets the basic moves. They each have their own playbook move, which we'll get on page 34. Basic moves are divided into meat moves. So for your everyday ass-kicking pain moves, when you get your ass beat or your heart broke. Oh no, your heart meter can go to 0! Oh no! Heart
In
moves.
other words, someone dies, you can die from broken
Heart,
heart.
yes, heart moves for when you're dealing with evolving character relationship. Your heart meter can go to 0. Yes.
That's
You
actually a
can,
mechanic
in
here.
fact, become the heartless. You can, in fact, become the heartless.
For those of you not initiated in Christian Western channel lore, that was
This is literally Sonichu logic.
Yes. Already, this already is getting some pluses in my book just for that.
Yeah,
They are all.
Hey! Remember, there's a possibility that like the two people watching us don't know who the hell Chris Chan is.
They're all basic moves, and they all work
Oh, okay, just whatever.
the same.
Whatever.
Yep.
Sorry.
Guys, you're just gonna have to look them up because they don't care.
What? Chris Chan?
Yeah, they
Okay.
might not know who Chris is.
Yeah, Chris is a internet character who's with a long and sordid history, and the artist of the amazing webcomic Sonichu.
we're big
Yeah.
fans.
It's less about the webcomics, less about the art itself, and more about the fact that it has snippets of Chris's life put into fantasy.
He actually puts himself in it, but the term heart meter comes from the fact that Chris actually rated his his emotional health in the form of a bar, like an actual video game bar. So the fact that this game actually has that as a mechanic, I don't know how to feel about that. I can say that they probably feel like Billy Badass for being able to fucking curse like it's nothing. Because doesn't it feel like the kid that mommy just stopped punishing them for cursing, so they're doing it all the time?
It's like the 12-year-old who saw South Park and is like, yeah, I can say fucking shit and piss, and I'm a Billy Badass.
And if he's an especially big badass, he can even say the N-word.
Oh no. Nagasaki. Meat moves. Get shit done. Okay. When you're doing something dangerous or dicey, roll plus chill.
What's chill?
What's
chill?
You usually explain what these are. Why do we not know what chill is? Why is it that we start? That'd be like rolling composure. Like what's okay? So basic shit. So
well, anyway, 12 plus. So you have to get box cars because remember it's a 2D. Was it 3D6 or 2D6 system?
2D6, which even so, if you have no bonus, you have to get box cars in order to get that other. So GM introduces a complication or hard choice.
Even with the success, no, there's a hard choice now.
Fuck around and find out when you tangle with the assholes, or why not just call it an attack? Why does it have to have such a long name?
Because mommy doesn't punish me anymore for cursing.
Also, roll plus guts, so there's no attack. I guess guts is guts.
Okay, so on a plus, you get hold 3, which I guess are resources, and there's a list. Like 2 hold, take out an enemy, they're knocked out, killed, whatever. 1 hold, enemy Scooby-Doo's out of there but isn't taken out. 1 hold.
So you beat them up more. No, there's something telling in one of the holds. Kicking ass can be cathartic, resolve an emotional or mental status. So these people actually still tantrum to this day, I guess, as full-grown adults. Not trying to be mean. It's just when you're writing like this, it kind of gets under my skin. Like there's this obnoxious element to the writing, and I don't like it.
Figure shit out when you try to form a plan by observing the situation. Roll plus attention. What is attention? What is attention?
They're just making stuff up, I think.
So why not just say observation? Why not just make it? Why just does not say this attention?
I don't think they were paying enough attention while making this book, to be honest.
Okay, that's
right now.
Have it out. So plus awkward. What does plus awkward mean? Or plus what does any of this mean?
I don't know, and I don't think they do either, to be honest.
So basically,
real criticism time. they should have put the character sheet and what the stats mean before explaining this stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, at least the core stats and skills
'Cause
before
I
you
don't know
do
what
it.
awkward does, and I don't know. Like, love's kind of obvious, but like, how do I determine this? Is there a point buy system? Do I have to roll for it? Explain.
Back scratch. If you offer, why not just? Wouldn't that be the same as have it out?
I don't think they thought that through.
I think it's barter.
It's like it's like barter and
But
Why not just put?
But we need to make a special name for it.
well, it's not just
Get-
special obnoxious cutesy name because they spend more time
Copyright.
coming up with awful puns and bad wordplay than actually making a good system.
Get organized, so there's a organization skill.
I'm pretty sure
Okay.
that they failed this one.
Get up in their business. What's wrong with intimidation or something like?
Oh hey, look, hey Nirvana, if you're still performing, they put your brand name in here, so you know.
And she's going to put, and at the end of the night, she's going to put a shotgun in her mouth like Kurt Cobain.
Obvious joke is obvious.
By the way,
Wait,
I just noticed
wait.
that the beard on the rocker person, the beard is like Shaggy's. Did they just gender flip Shaggy and made him goth?
Oh no!
Ebony Dark.
No, that is
Shaggy Way.
Oh no!
Like the war was worse than I thought, Scoob. I got transformed into an eldritch nightmare land, and now I'm a rocker girl.
So what you're saying is that the black lady next to him, that's actually a gender flip version of Scoob, is what you're saying.
Oh no!
That's probably,
Oh no!
That's either Scoob or it could be Daphne because she's a ginger, and they seem to want to get rid of gingers.
I just do want to point out that the Nirvana shirt implies that there's a version of Kurt Cobain in this world.
Yeah,
That's why.
because
Why
we like fucking grunge metal.
I was
Grunge.
thinking more like because we need to show that we're true punks and you know like
Nothing's
toughs.
more punk than grunge.
Oh,
Nothing's
fucking
more
hate
punk
grunge.
than commercialized slop. Remember the Nirvana, who was like one of the first generations of grunge. Like from what I remember, I remember a story that Kurt Cobain laughed his ass off when Weird Al parodied the fuck out of the most popular Nirvana song at the time.
Yeah.
Because it's basically making fun of how commercialized they were.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't talk about Nirvana anymore. We can't talk about good things. We have to go back to this shitty book.
Oh yeah, pain
Yeah.
moves. Hey, let me talk about this because that's how I feel right now. Oh look, it's Nirvana chick again.
And she's giving us a thumbs up.
Missing a tooth and bloody nose. So anyway, you're stuck in a world that hates you and is trying to kill you. The land, the cryptids, the fash, the cops. Cops love fash. Of fucking course.
But why not just merge the cops into an element of the fash at that point?
Because the people writing this want to make the most obnoxiously written book possible.
Because at this point, if it was a true fascistic state, the cops would be with the fascistic system.
This is either implying one of many things. Either that the authority of Meat World is horrible and we got to destroy it, or there's an interdimensional invasion of cops going on right now from the cop dimension, trying to kill everybody in Meat World.
That would actually be a lot more interesting. But
Can we play Space Cop? Oh my god, interdimensional
Space Cop.
Yes.
but anyway,
this is really shitty world building because we're supposed to believe that this is a constructed world on a big space, not Hellstar Romina, but somehow there's a system that's based off of fascism, which has its roots in Italy.
I think we're
philosophy and ideas of the early 20th century in our timeline.
Well, you see, why world build when you can just spam Neon Genesis Evangelion, Hellstar Romina, Darkwing Duck, and then whatever horseshit you can play with your Antifa buddies too on Twitter.
I think you might be giving them a credit in the think that I think when they mean fascist, I think they just mean authoritarianist, like in the most vague sense.
People who disagree with me.
Everyone I don't agree with is Hitler.
And the worst fascists of them all, Mormons.
Actually, the worst fascists of all are probably the people who wrote this book.
Yeah.
So anyway, throw your own stupid brain. Throw your own stupid brain, just maybe trying to find happiness into the mix. And it's kind of remarkable that you're still here at all. Good going, kid. Go you. You're still going to get hurt along the way, though, and here's how we deal with it. This book's actually amazing. This may be the most infuriating book I've read.
Yeah,
on this channel. It may be the worst book and I've read Brick by Movie Bob. Movie Bob is actually less obnoxious to read than this.
It feels like
not
it's
by much, but I can at least read a chapter of his before giving
This
up.
feels like it's written by a 12-year-old that wants to seem mature and edgy. But it's somehow done by somebody that is entrenched in current day politics, but wanting to seem like that they're edgy and cool at the same time.
This is written by. So you're saying that ADF wrote this, Phil DeLisi?
Probably.
So anyway, you get hurt. When you get hurt physically or emotionally, the GM will give you a status that ties up with the fiction. A status is a type of short-term move that only affects you. Statuses are scary, but you can get rid of them by resolving them. And remember, these people believe that if you tar tantrum and beat people up, that can fix your brain problems.
So what you're saying is, if I call someone a faggot in this world enough times, I can destroy them. Destroy them emotionally.
You can. You can literally die of a lonely heart if you do that. I don't know. This is fucking terrible. If you ever get 5 statuses at once, your character's out of the game. How that happens is up to you. Maybe they're dead. Maybe they're in a coma. Maybe they go ape shit at all their friends and stomp off into the desert, never to be seen again.
You call somebody a fat ass too many times, and they run to the desert and die of dehydration.
Yeah.
You know what happens? You freak out in the desert like Neil Breen and Double Down.
I have no clue what's going on anymore.
I don't know either, but we have to continue. We've gone this far. We've got to go on.
This adventure to the meat space has been quite entertaining so far. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
You'll need to make a new character. Once a status is resolved, it no longer affects you or counts towards the 5 statuses that would take you out of the game. So this is actually surprisingly high lethal, it sounds like.
But for all the wrong reasons.
It's basically like you could lose. Like if you get to like a 5-on-5 fight, there's a chance that all of them beeline towards you, just call you up the big gay, and you just give up on life and curl up and die. that can literally happen in the first move. They just say you're dumb, and you curl up and die.
Okay.
As AT says in the chat, he's wondering where the triggered stat is.
Yeah, there's probably.
Oh, there's even a line here. Fuck this, I'm out. Where are you going? Desert, gonna die.
That's
nice.
That was the editor of this book.
Does this mean in this world, does everyone just carry knives around just to commit seppuku just every day?
I have a joke in my head, but I'm not going to make it. I'm gonna let Biggie make that joke.
Nah, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay.
You know the percentage numbers.
Oh fuck. It's something about 41%. Let's take a moment. So, 41% of the time to resolve a stats, you got to dedicate a scene to dealing with it involving either another player or NPC. It's perfectly cool to raise that you want to do this out of character. Which PCs want to be involved before heading back to the fiction, or ask the GM to set up a scene. Okay, so
basically, after you take a few statuses, you have to whine to the DM that I want to fix this.
Like other moves, there's 2 triggers. Physical healing for resolving injuries and other physical statues. Emotional healings for involving emotional and sexual healing.
What?
Oh, that's a joke.
No.
Oh, for a second.
I need some sexual healing.
Good. I thought because this is a book that actually could have done that unironically.
I thought I honestly thought, looking that since it was in bold text, that there was actually a stat for sexual healing. Like,
I mean,
oh,
we've read Wraith of Thu, which actually fucking has that as an ability, but you know.
you have to fucking Wraith of Thu or you die.
Yeah.
I need some sex. Give me sex.
Physical healing. Confess when you confess how you feel to so you could if I say that I love somebody and I've had my guts mauled out by like a werewolf, does it just then automatically cauterize and heal?
Werewolf, right? And you look into I'm just gonna say Greg's eyes, right? You look into Greg's eye and says, "I'm feeling pretty shitty, dude," and then your stomach instantly fucking seals up.
Not feeling too good, man. I love you, man. You're just looking at the. I feel like this is right for abuse.
And as for emotional healing, when you confront the person who has hurt you or find a shoulder to cry on, roll plus awkward. So like, imagine, I'm chimping out. I'm about like 4 nodes into anger, and I just look at you guys and say, "So this stupid, insignificant fucking thing happened today," and I can get rid of some of the piss. That's how healing works. I just yell at you fuckers for like a minute.
Okay, look at this.
Points went away.
But you forgot the most important part in the bold text.
What you typically do what you typically do.
Yeah.
Roll with advantage on this move if the scene pushes back against systems of power, fascism, or cis heteronormativity. This is a game about queer so you're all going to. So basically, the human race is going to zero sum since there's no people
the last generation.
They are the quintessential last men in more ways than one.
This is no, remember, this is Meat World that's going extinct.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So why are you sad?
And nothing of value was lost.
Yeah, I'm wondering, man, what are you talking about? This is Meat World going extinct.
So to paraphrase a meme, make it gay, you comrade. What?
Wait. If we're pushing against power, wouldn't pushing against the woke people give us an advantage though? Because don't they have the single-handedly ability to kick you off of every fucking media platform known to man?
Yes.
Don't think about it.
Wait, fascism. Wait, doesn't Antifa operate the same way as the brown shirts in terms of?
Don't think about it.
Okay.
Don't think.
Let's continue. Because I'm going to say this because the statuses below are amazing. So.
Oh boy.
Okay, so.
Well, the physical ones are a little. It's the
gut
emotional
shot's
ones.
amusing because you gotten shot to the guts.
The full game will come with a bunch more. Oh boy.
Emotional status pissy.
No, that's me. That's me every day.
So what's the difference between furious and pissy? Because I thought they were about the same.
There's no fucking difference. Experience my
pissy
life.
Is you stomp your foot? Is you stomp your foot because they're out of the banana bread you really like? Furious.
Well, what if I get furious with the banana bread's house?
Oh, they unironically used the word "big mad." You shouldn't use that in a book.
Out of spoons. So.
Oh.
This is very with the kids. Am I right?
Oh.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Possessed. You can get so possessed.
So, question: by the time this president's out of office, how much do you want to bet that a lot of these isms are going to be out of date?
Oh, it's already out of date.
Instantly.
It's already. This wasn't
in date. This wasn't even in date. So you could get possessed by. The Hitler ghost can possess you.
I'm just envisioning the ghost of Reinhard Heydrich possessing you, and that's an actual thing you have to fucking worry about.
That would be a hilarious character.
We are going to make pretty music together. Get out of my head, Heydrich!
That'd be funny as hell. Shit post game.
That's assuming that the writers know who Hadric is.
They don't.
Tabaritsky.
I don't think that. I think the only guy they know is the Hitler man, and that's just because
Yeah.
they use his name as like the devil without knowing what he actually did.
He did bad things. That's all you need to know.
So there's also heart moves. So these are ways that you can improve your heart meter.
Um.
So if your heart meter's broken and dead, you can use these to fix it.
Oh no.
Catch feelings. When your character gets a crush on another character, because that's not going to destroy the gaming group at all.
Oh no.
Always your choice. At least they say it's the choice of the piece of shit that's doing it. Declare out of character you've caught feelings for them, which is the greatest way to ruin a friendship. Of course, declaring
You, Greg! Oh. There we go.
Okay, this is something I want to actually. Like, it's not really as much jokey as an actual serious point. Why do so many tabletop RPGs try and insert romance into the thing, like as into like official rules and stuff like that? It's just, it feels weird. Like, is this what unironically what people are trying to go in for?
Just understand, tabletop always tracks in weirdos, and a lot of them will always be desperate, horny weirdos.
Well, there's
And
also, since a lot of them never really played tabletop, because most of the stuff we've read really feels like they don't play tabletops. There's only been a couple of people that have. These people probably have never played tabletop, but they've written awful fan fiction. And fan fiction is well known for the amount of romance they try to shove in. So that's what I'm thinking this is a relic of. It's weirdos that want to insert their creepy, weird relationships that destroy friendships with other friends, or maybe allow them to creep on their friends without, with an excuse.
This book just seems like this is the one book that I think it would ruin.
Desperate weirdo combined with fan fiction logic.
This and Monopoly would probably ruin your friendship. Can ruin friendships. Don't do it,
just
people.
Imagine if you roll in the dice, you pick up a chance card and say, "Yeah, I just got a crush on you, dude." Just you read a chance card and say that. Yeah.
I love that both friends just have equal apathy for it. Yay! So you could power game with each other. Just say that we're going to hardcore fuck each other just for max stats.
If you roll an advantage on any move involving them if they accept you, I guess. If they reject you, you take damage to your heart meter.
Oh, sweet! So that means you could bully the players, could rally together and just say.
You could be an incel in the game. You can be a nice guy in the game.
well, actually, no. You have to resolve those, or else you'll just die of a lonely heart. Incels can't exist in this world because they die of lonely hearts.
And if only it worked that way in real life.
If only.
I'll be honest. Would anyone miss the incel boards?
No.
No.
For entertainment of laughing at them, yes.
I mean, incel baiting is.
Sorry if that burned any bridges with the incel community for that might have been fans here, but yeah, no.
No.
Take it to the next level. At the end of a session, if you and a player both agree that your relationship has transcended to a new boundary, you both each take +1 love with each other. This can be platonic, romantic, sexual, or any kind of what other kind of love could it be? Like a brotherly love?
I don't know.
That's
brotherly?
what platonic's supposed to be, I think.
Yeah, which is what if I love you in a metaphorical
I love the idea you stand for.
I theoretically I love you.
I theoretically I love you. That is some great grammar ass.
Quixotic love. It is doomed to failure. Quixotic love.
It's just that, or any other kind of love, it's really just confusing whenever all three of those would suffice.
Ephemeral love.
I think that was mentioned before.
So drift
There's
apart.
also, yeah, drift apart.
So you can lose love by one. So what? So someone could just get a mass amount of respect, and then everyone just says, "Nah, fuck this guy. We're gonna pull out."
You could also scar them.
Oh, so like, oh,
So when someone, be it an NPC or PC, hurts your feelings or stresses you out, you tell the GM it's worse than it seemed and work with them to figure out how to progress the scene in a way that'll make it true. Take an emotional or mental status, then choose one from the list below. Be prepared for the next roll. Capable of how they think. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, hey, look, some more art that, well, I mean, it was made for the game, but I feel like it was taken inspiration from something.
it might have. Who knows?
Does
We
that thing
don't.
have a deck?
It probably
Don't
probably
acknowledge
is
it.
a P.
The bone machine.
Oh no! Yes, the bone. Ah, it's the bone machine. More one ways.
Don't acknowledge it. We're gonna get kicked if you do.
Okay.
So
Make-
meat
okay.
mechs. They're mechs made of meat. No, that's not a thing. It's just a tumor on the leg. There we go. They're mechs made of meat. Every player character has a meat mech, which is a mech made of meat and bones. It's really gross and awesome. Unfortunately, so
No,
do the
just
fans.
gross.
So, but you can use your meat mechs to smash their meat mechs or push them off cliffs or whatever. This is some of the worst writing I've ever fucking read in a
Yeah.
book.
Oh, actually, at this point, do we want to show the video then? Because it shows quote unquote like the one on the website, or should we leave it for the fans to find on their own? Poor bastards.
Let's leave it for people to find. Well,
Nobody should read this.
No.
The only thing
What?
I'm gonna say, about it continuing is No More Heroes 2 motorcycle battle. You know what that means. You know what it means.
Yeah, link me that video. Is that like from their Kickstarter page or something?
It's on their official page.
Don't
Also, in
worry,
case you're
guys,
wondering,
I'll be
yes, the
fancy
video
Dan,
has-
and I can show the video, maybe muted.
Also, in case you're wondering, yes, the like-dislike counter is disabled and no comments are allowed.
Of course.
That's telling.
Guess why wouldn't it be?
So don't worry, guys. I guess I'll show you the trailer. So if I did things right, it should have cut to us again, minus Al since he showed up at the last bit. And you should see a nice still now of, well, this glorious still of a meat mech, which I don't know how to feel about it. So on 3, 2, 1, I will play it, and we can, I guess, make a commentary about it. Fair use commentary.
I'm not seeing it. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Also,
3, 2.
best part about this video, the only thing I actually even really didn't hate was the music. So yeah, we're gonna even get rid of the only thing that was decent.
Yep, I'm gonna
That
mute
would be-
that, and this is just going to be a commentary on the video. In 3, 2, 1, and boom. Wow, that's not good. Gay disasters. Worst road. Oh no, they're doing like a terrible. I don't even know how to say anything. This is like a bad sitcom. What the fuck am I looking at? What is this?
I like the banjo music.
Yeah, that's-
It's you know what it reminded me of. It really reminded me of kind of the like a bastardized King of the Hill music.
You know what I think this might be? This might have been a failed like RPG Maker game that they then turned into a tabletop game. Do you think that might have been what they went for?
Yeah.
No, I think they actually made a shitty game.
They actually used the "I'm you but stronger" meme. Wow.
I don't know about you, but these character designs are some A+ shit right here. That's for sure.
Wow. So is
I
this
do
supposed
like-
to be in the game, or is it like a video game they're making, or is it just?
This is a video game they made, and the RPG is based on it.
This
Wow.
I think I've seen Atari 2600 games that have better sprite art than this.
I have. There are better sprite arts than this. Actually, it's using ASCII art elements. That was fucking terrible. That was fucking terrible. And that little bit of copyright-free deliciousness. And by copyright-free, I mean totally fair use.
I'm not gonna lie, that Meatpunk that meat mech they use, it looks like the person's covered in shit. Let's not kid ourselves.
By the way,
Yeah.
since there's a little bit of a break between reading these awful books, awkward is a stat. Yeah, awkward's a stat, and apparently it's a good thing. Also, random quirky stats. Yeah, that's a problem. Captain Portland. Yeah. Yeah, you could just summon the whitest hero from the whitest city in America.
Wait, wasn't Oregon actually founded by white supremacists?
Probably.
Oof.
I do know Portland's like 90% white, so their speaking for minorities is very well noted. So anyway, that was a delicious video. Up next is making a mech, and there's going to be more offensively bad writing.
Let me
What a
get
shock.
this. When a mommy and another mommy love each other very much, they go and work in a meat mine, harvesting the very flesh of the dead god on which we all live in a semi-religious practice. Okay, so are they harvesting the flesh in a semi-religious practice, or do
Don't
they
think
live on the dead god in a semi?
They didn't think
Religious
about it. This is
I
just
think
them being
the har-
provocative.
It's supposed to be the harvesting of flesh because the whole planet is the dead god.
This is just
At
being
least-
provocative on purpose, yeah.
Before treating it with formaldehyde and shipping it to a mech factory where it's injected with mutagens and transformed into a terrifying giant flesh golem.
Yeah,
For
we
you,
ran into
it's-
that in a campaign that Greg ran. It was much more better done than this.
Oh,
For you,
Yeah.
it's a little easier. You can just choose some stats and options and write them down. Isn't this quirky and fun?
Yeah, isn't this ooh woo quirky? This Whedon-esque bullshit writing. Like they're shooting for also quirky dialogue, but no, it just makes you look like an asshole.
Well, fortunately, the people who wrote this are likely assholes. So
Likely. No,
I mean,
it's
they're
pretty obvious at this
writing it.
point.
I mean, hey, at least they're writing in their authentic voice.
That is true.
Good point. At least they're not
Since-
lying to us.
Sincerity is something.
So the stats, there's more stats that you have to pay attention to because, of course, there's
At least they-
corpus, sinew, nerve, and viscera.
Holy shit! They actually describe what these mean, but they don't describe the main physicals. What?
Yeah, they don't describe
kind
you. They thought of the Evangelion fight mech thing first, probably.
Then why not just use the stats with the fucking mech? If that's what.
Because they wanted to have more stupid bullshit. Basically, I think what happened was they started writing just for the mechs, and they're like, wait a minute. There might be times where you can't play the mech. We gotta make characters now. So anyway, we got awkwardness, love, guts. I don't know what else we need. Tension? Fuck. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, it describes what the mechs actually do. This is the best written part of the fucking book we've read so far, which is saying a lot. Describe the mech for each stat. Yep. Corpus. They just keep going over this again.
and again.
Yeah.
And again.
So corpus dictates how well you move, operate, function, and stay good on a more mechanical level.
It's the
Your
body
car-
of the frame.
Yeah, your car might suck shit and the insides are all messed up, but you can still drive it around town even if you shouldn't. What?
That's a.
No. How is that? How is that supposed to work?
So they explain it far better in the summary, and then they make it an even worse summary in the.
Why not just say that's your frame? Why not just say corpus is your frame? Why not just put frame?
Why don't they just
Or-
rip off BattleTech, which
or-
actually did the system a lot fucking better?
There's okay. I can
mean, or
rename.
like general reliability.
No. Viscera is your reliability. Viscera is your durability.
Then what's Corporus?
Corpus is like, I think you would be. This
They were-
feels superfluous.
What happened was, I think they looked at BattleTech's mech creation rules, but they didn't understand them. So they tried to simplify it, but they didn't understand what the point of the frame was when you make a mech warrior. Here's the thing. In BattleTech, the frame actually determines your weight, how much stuff you can put on it, and it, in a way, also determined how hard you could get hit. So it actually had a value, like the Corpus equivalent there had a value. It told you how many guns could you stick on this, how much plates of armor, what support systems can you put on there. This doesn't have that.
Yeah, it's
This
so
is what
already
we call.
have two stats that cover
Basically
the
the
same
same
fucking
thing,
thing. Good job.
Nerve
Good
is your
job.
overall stat that dictates how well the mech interacts
Oh
with.
god, an overall stat. No.
What? So what? So how does? What does that mean? Is that like your reflexes?
It's
Yeah.
alleged. I think what they were shooting for was a combination of reflexes and respondability to stimuli. Because you know how in Evangelion they had sync rates, which determined how well the mech moved when the pilot used it.
Vaguely.
Okay, so we never got to this, but the giant meat mechs in Evangelion, when you plug yourself into the giant robot, when Shinji does that, there's a thing called synchronization rate, which is connecting your nervous system to that of the mech. And the higher
Oh yeah, now I remember.
the higher the synchronization rate, the more the mech is like you, which means you perform quick, you react quicker, your movements are more smooth, less sluggish, more accurate. But on the negative side effect, you take more damage. You feel the pain
Also,
of the mech.
yeah, I actually remember this. Don't forget, if you reach 100% synchronization, you turn into goop.
You dissolve into the LCL that's a part of it, part of the Tang. You join the Tang.
I like 10.
So I think that's covered by they ripped that off with the Sinnoh stat.
Yeah.
Here.
Yep,
Sinnoh
that's
is
the synchronization rate.
So already the mechanics are a dumpster fire.
It's
What is the
a
prize?
rip-off of massive proportions. How the fuck did they not get sued?
Do.
All right.
Okay.
So first point of criticism here: actually fucking define these stats and make them unique.
Like, you know
Because
what would be nice about Corpus? If it allowed you to tell you how many weapons you could put on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
that's your frame.
just simply how hard you can hit.
Because you have more stuff, like you have more muscle, or you have the ability to like stab you with a bigger knife. Because remember, in this world, there's mechs that are like what 10 feet tall, and then there's like mechs that are a mile tall.
Proportions don't matter. None of this matters.
It really doesn't.
Oh yeah.
We all return to nothing. That's just all we can say.
It's more that we all go tumbling down.
Tumbling down.
So you get to describe the mech, and they give descriptors for each of the stats. So
you're looking for an overall view of how your gross axe mech looks and moves. Lovely.
So why would I want to be in something that's like absolutely disgusting unless I was joining like a Nurgle cult?
By the way, some of these mechs don't even have eyes. You smell your way to your opponent. They even
I
say
can't
that.
see
Some are visual,
where we're
some are
going.
scent based.
So where we're going, we don't need eyes to see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
so-
think of when I think of giant metallic mechs. I think of a giant fucking nose on them. That's the first thing I think.
So these are some lovely descriptions of your mech. Chunky, dry, red, tight, loose, marbled, grassy, salty, sunburned, angular, bumpy, smooth, swirly, hot, cold, strange whispering.
One of these is not like the others.
Acne covered, thick grain, sizzling, onions and garlic smell, grass fed, sulfur butter.
I think they just pulled random descriptions from meat packets.
Grass fed and grassy. Isn't that the same?
Not
Something
quite,
about
but
it.
they're stupid. So just let them have that not victory.
And as for the feelings of the emotive psychic meat link between pilot and mech, sing song, desperate,
Creamy.
creamy, creamy.
Desperate and creamy is.
Desperate and creamy. Those are two words I would describe for this book.
I'd describe that like the last Twinkie in a shitty 7-Eleven. A day from its expiration date, and you know
no.
it's probably gonna be bad, but you want it.
Well, no, it's even worse. It's the last Twinkie in a 7-Eleven that's about to close. It's about to close down. There's one person left on staff, and they just gave up. The ice machine is broken. There's mold growing on the wall that no one's cleaned.
It's place of death.
And of course the descriptions for the disgusting inner guts of the mech.
The inner guts
Runny,
could just be vomit.
black, acidic, vomit.
Gurgling.
Yeah.
Gurgling.
Nearly
But what if it's like acidic? That would mean acidic. That means you'd just be fucking just caustic. You'd be eating yourself alive every time.
You know what? I'm starting to suspect that this author may have a gore fetish or something.
Probably.
You think?
Yeah, I'm getting real was the Chris
Gore.
Fields vibes from this.
Oh no. So here's some upgrades you can get. Grade A premium, thick-skinned, psychic steak, life-giving mold, excellent seasoning, powerful
Damn it.
tendons, neuron fibers, love letter muscles. What?
What?
Oh, the
What?
next one's even worse. Dominatrix synapses. Let's
Nerve.
see.
Oh.
Delicate feelers, scar tissue feedback subsystem, 1,000 fingers, brain stems, slime bubble connective tissues, scabbed over guts, good at knives, bloodthirsty, thirsty blood. Wow. Yuck guts.
Yuck guts.
Screaming
Yuck.
fireball, fire baseball, fire barf baseballs. Yeah, rolls off the tongue. Big
Choose your
stick.
weapons.
Big stick. What has a shrapnel in it?
They're trying to be cute, but what it comes out as is not.
A
Frankenst-
big ass pointy club, tried and true. Your basic video game heavy weapon with slow animations.
I'm not gonna lie, the fact that they so regularly describe everything in here as video game like, after seeing that video,
Is it pissing you off? Is it pissing you off?
I mean, I've been slowly boiling a bit throughout this whole thing, but that actually just
Death fucker.
Death fucker. God
Artel-
damn it.
Death Fucker
Art-
sounds like the thing that would. That sounds like something you'd find on Best of the Worst. Like that's
Yes.
Yeah.
alongside
Micro-
Frankensteiner. Both of those I
Micro-
could totally see on Wheel of the Worst.
Microwave blood squirter. These names just don't even describe.
They roll off the tongue, don't they?
I mean,
They're
they
trying to be
sound
cute, and I hate it.
they sound more like uniques you'd find in a shitty video game.
That's
That's the
probably what
point.
they are.
Well, remember, these idiots started life making a bad video game.
Or maybe it's still going to be both.
I'm not trying to be mean. It's just when you write like this, holy fucking shit.
No, I intend to be mean. Fuck these people.
And here's what the weapons tag means. Well, where did they describe the weapon tags? Oh, they did.
Hey, something to
Hold-
give them credit for.
Holy shit! They actually describe what these are, and they're not in obnoxious, childish names. Far? Why does the weapon be far? Oh, wait, why is that a condition? Would it be just missing?
All the way across the
Ranged
battlefield.
missile. You use melee when you talk about fighting in melee.
You know what
That's
I'm
what-
noticing? I'm noticing they're not giving distances, so it's literally the GM just makes whatever the fuck up they want.
So you could literally murder someone 5 miles away with an axe if the DM wasn't paying attention.
It's distance at. It's force axe.
Like you swing an axe and somehow 5 miles away, some random Nazi gets his head chopped off. They don't even know what happened.
Mech brawl. When a mech brawl breaks out, play continues around the conversation in the fiction. Okay,
Oh,
they're really
look, there's-
using this terminology, and I hate it.
Well, you know what I
Cripple.
hate? There's a
It's-
line down here. Some fash dipshit.
LMAO, why'd you come in here if you didn't want to fight for your right to live?
Are they just like angry at the negative responses they got from their terrible, terrible game?
Probably.
Not this tabletop. I mean, like the terrible, not even Atari 2600 tier level game.
Oh, how interesting! You thought you could come out of. You came in here expecting to live. How interesting!
Like you just go into like a random bar and a bunch of skinheads start beating the fuck out of you.
They don't even say. They don't even say
No,
anything.
They just
like a
smell the
drunk
soy on
Herman
you and they just start
Goring.
killing you.
No. What
So-
happens is as soon as you open the door, Fist like launches out to punch you, and they just
No,
start marching
so-
out of the bar.
The soy pheromones in your skin just sets them off like bloodthirsty animals, and they
Oh,
just
it's like
start
the body snatcher where they point at you going, "Argh!" and like they hit.
We're going to hell.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So anyway, when a mech brawl finally breaks out, yeah, you continues around the conversation in fiction. Some of your stats and move gets replaced by the mech stats and moves to reflect you're now piloting the mech. Flesh golem the size of a house. They don't specify which ones get replaced, so that's up to you, jackasses. Good luck.
So how do you scale? Scale?
Huh?
Is there supposed to be any scaling?
What?
No.
So we can assume that
what?
a tiny human-sized mech can just go to town on a mech the size of a skyscraper.
What?
yeah,
You put thought into that. We didn't. We didn't.
You fuckers!
There's also brawl ranges that go up and down during
Damn
the fight.
you, Reddit.
They don't even have any explanation, by the way. It just happens.
It just happened.
Don't think about it, you idiot.
Like as a person who DMs, this is actually getting my brain just. How the fuck do you play this?
You use your. I'm gonna guess this is some theater of the mind bullshit. It's what it is.
I mean, if I want that, I'd play everyone's John. At least I know what
Yeah.
to do there. So there's also mech statuses too.
Okay. This is
Wait, does that mean mechs can die of lonely hearts too?
probably.
Hmm.
This is smash, take a hit, get trashed.
Pass out, fight through it.
Alright, so yeah, this is more powered by the apocalypse bullshit.
On hit, you kill them. Fuck yeah. 12 plus, you just strip. 12 plus, you get like a cleave equivalent. Oh, enemies. Wait, there's enemies here.
Oh.
The Elmies.
Hey, look, there's a bad guy, I think, with a cartoon axe.
Axe man.
The fucking cartoon axe. Maybe it's Axe Cop. Maybe he managed to accidentally teleport into this world.
It's a salami lumberjack. He cuts down salami trees.
I'll chop your head off.
Okay.
You monsters are not long for this world.
So
And-
enemies have 2 sets of moves, starting moves and hit moves. You notice how they describe it like programming? This really does tell me that this is just a case of they took their coding logic and tried to make a tabletop out of it because they thought they would make more money out of it.
Well, I hope that they didn't make any money out of this. In fact, I hope they lost money. They lost all the money.
Well, the Kickstarter is going to be coming in June, so we'll see if it makes money or not.
I mean, it got funded, so they did make money, unfortunately.
Oh no!
Oh wait, I shouldn't have said that out loud. Oh well. So they then immediately make this move and make it again where the GM. So they get starting moves and hit moves. They don't really explain what they do. You just got to roll with it. Don't think about it.
Don't think about it. You get more shitty fiction here.
Piece by piece, once again, you start to die. You take comfort in the feeling that he will be back soon. You will be reborn with all of his patience, all of his fear, all of his love. You feel so happy at the thought, and then you die quietly in the way only mechs know. Oh, so I guess mechs are sentient and die when they're not connected to you.
That's nice.
Hey, look, it's a bootleg Golden Gate Bridge, but done in edgy style.
It's in meat.
Meat. Looks like a giant rack of ribs.
It looks like heart valves. I think that's what they're going for. Heart valves and blood vessels.
What's weird is like, so what? Is there not any metal or anything like that?
Since I've been quiet for a little bit, do you mind if I take this this page?
Sure. I'm
Sure.
already seeing I'm seeing something stupid.
Part 3. Baby, we were born to run. How to GM Extreme Meatpunks Forever.
You don't.
If you're reading this, you're probably the person who... I realized this was in bold. My mistake. If you're reading this, you're probably the person who's gay for the group.
I refuse to.
You're the game master, the GM for short. The rest of the players are focused on their one character. Their job is to make the character interesting, compelling, cool, complicated, and so on. To play that character to the hilt and to their own decisions.
How can you make a character complicated when all you want them to do is be random, weird Antifa rejects that just, live like a gay soap opera character? I mean, that's how you want them to play, right?
Apparently.
So there's not a lot of templates you can do. There's not a lot of actual conflicts. You don't actually like conflicts, given that conflict creates lonely heart points that cause you to die.
You're responsible for most everything else. It's Stoba's fault.
Good, you caught the thing that made me cringe.
You're here to toss out gross bizarrities and fiendish fash and watch the gang knock them down.
Why would I do that if I could play Call of Cthulhu instead?
I don't know why my mind just blanked. I thought you said fetish fart for some reason.
Yeah, I thought that's what you said when I was too far away.
I mean,
but anyway, you're here to punch.
This whole book is fucking fetish fart.
You're here to punch the player characters where it hurts and revel in the drama. You're here to push them to the brink and see who they become under the titanic pressure.
So,
you're here to surprise the players.
I'm sorry, it's just... So, these people also seem to have picked up second edition's hostility towards the players. Where the fuck did they pick up that mindset from?
Mm-hmm. You're here to surprise the players, to shift things in the directions they might never have seen coming, and to entertain and to be entertained by the surprising things they choose to do.
That's the only thing they said right so far. Agendas and principles, oh boy.
Yes, okay, since you're talking, do you want to take it?
Sure, agendas and principles are a way to make the game sing. Go with it. You should have read the other chapters before you get here, so you know all the main pieces of the game. We've read this together, and I still don't know how the fuck this piece of garbage works. You don't have to have memorized them or anything, but that information should be floating around in your brain. I hope my brain deletes it. If this chapter gives you the rules for your side of the conversation, agendas are your overall goals in running the game, and they aim at the best kind of play for Extreme Meatpunks Forever. Principles give you the best practice for running. Agendas are your overarching big goals. You have to balance your goals and attention between them. Make everything strange, real, and sometimes funny. Zoom in on their messy lives. Pace the action accordingly. Are those the? Oh, these are the agendas.
Apparently.
Notice that they didn't say fun.
There is no fun.
That really should be the rule 0. Make it fun.
Yeah.
Fun is a very presumptuous word to use,
You know
especially.
what another rule should probably be? That agendas are bullshit because the point of a GM is you come up with your own magical brain space, or you use the setting. Since they don't explain the setting, I guess I have to come up with my own magical brain creativity.
No, they do explain the setting. This is a bizarre world. A world where the sun is gone, the landscape is vicious and off kilter, and people pilot robot suits made of meat.
That just sounds like Detroit on a bad day.
Now I'm just seeing a robot suit piloted by a man driving salami.
Lean into that weirdness as you describe the landscape, the buildings, the people, the objects. Pick something once pristine to zoom in on and describe in detail, revealing all of its quirks. How is it different here than what we might be used to? What happens that doesn't make much sense but we accept as truth? What?
This feels like it's just telling you how to run a game, maybe. Which, I mean, that is the point. That is the point of this section, but like, what separates being a DM here from being a DM in any other game, other than the other games actually having clear rules that I can follow?
It feels like the weird ramble. If it goes on, I'm not going to even read it. This is just ramblings.
Make sure the world lives and breathes. Yeah, it's weird as fuck. You don't even describe the world and why it's weird as fuck, other than, the very bare basics.
My god.
But it's still an actual world where actual people live. So you think these people are real then, huh? It's an actual world where actual people live.
I mean, I get that they're trying. I don't think that's what they intended. They're trying to make it seem like world build it so it seems like a real world. But the problem is that they're terrible at world building. They haven't done any sort of world building.
You know things are bad when I can compliment Derek DeShaw on at least doing that.
I mean,
it's fucking terrible, but he does it.
When you do,
it's all he does, but still.
Like when you do a fantastical or weird or even wacky setting, you still have to have some form of internal logic or consistency that governs how the world works. It might be based on bullshit moon logic, but there's still a consistent set of rules there.
Yeah, like
this is just
Meat
a brain
being
aneurysm.
The corpse of a dead god. Fair enough. I'm okay with that. There is no sun. There's just this firmament. I don't know why. Maybe add a little bit of like theories on why it's there instead of there being no sun. Why are these fascists everywhere? Wouldn't it make more sense to make them more like maybe call them like the oppressors or something, and they're just like this one tribe or something that just tries to rule over the whole world?
Maybe
explain what the Fash are.
Maybe they're actual Nazis who tunneled here from Antarctica.
Again, I'm going to say it myself. We're either in a fucked up world where fascist authority has taken over this meat land, or there's an interdimensional Nazi invasion going on right now. Either one sounds pretty cool.
Either one would give a lot more explanation. Why are there police in this universe that seems to have no actual civilization?
Yeah, I mean, this sounds like that this.
They don't explain any civilization. What nation are there? Nation states? Is it like Mad Max where there's just like almost nothing except like a few settlements and shit?
How did these people like advance past past stick and stone?
How did people appear on this planet in the first place?
They gave that up in a quick line. Well, they gave it in a quick line. They ripped off the Lilith origin from Evangelion, where humans in this setting evolved from the god flesh.
No, I don't remember anything like that.
It was like one sentence in the very beginning.
Yeah, see, that's
And
when
that's
the
probably me giving more of a hint than what this book actually does.
God.
What I'm trying to say is that it's actually funny, but if you're gonna world build, fucking try. I mean, I'll at least like Derek Deshaw is an embarrassment, but he at least tries. Chad Walker at least did. I mean, while I thought that a lot of the ideas he had didn't work, he at least established a timeline and a basic idea on what the setting's like. Wraith of Thu
This
has an entire book series it stole from to do it.
Oh,
fucking Wraith of Thu world builds better than this.
By far, it fucking does.
Even if I think it's a little too much.
Sigmata has more coherent logic than this.
Well,
This
it also
is-
establishes a timeline and everything, and explains why the police are the bad guys and Nazis. You know.
This just seems like some low quirky 2014 Tumblr user just stroked out and threw a bunch of shit into a Word document.
It's almost
called
like
it a
it's almost like a team of like 8 people decided to, upon realizing that their video game idea was badly received and no one cared, made this instead to hopefully get more attention and money.
Mostly
Don't-
money.
Mostly money.
Okay, so don't force yourself to make things so strange that everything feels alienating. Go for what the fuck is Welcome to Night Vale?
Oh boy, if I remember.
Oh no! Oh,
Explain.
No.
Explain.
Oh no! Not Night Vale. Why?
What is Night Vale, Greg? I'm not a homosexual.
A dead something. Let's put it this way: it was a relevant like a little like podcast radio show, whatever the fuck you want to call it, narrative podcast radio show, whatever you call it. That was relevant back when DashCon was trying to get it out.
Oh
Ooh.
no! Oh
That
no!
explains much.
Let's put it this way: one of the big draws of DashCon was supposed to be a live reading of Night Vale there.
Oh wait, I remember Night Vale now. It's like that. It's like imagine like okay, it's like it takes place in like a small town and there's SCP style shenanigans going on. If I remember correctly.
Now I know what you're talking about.
I remember. Instead, nobody.
That tells you how fucking dated this is. By the way, hey, guess what? They actually mentioned ASCII to ASCII. So yeah. What I think happened was they tried, horribly failed at getting a game produced, and just out of desperation, they made this book. That's just kind of the vibe I got. Because where people's mouths can be converted to ASCII to support, so they could speak in emoji. So yes.
Oh no.
I hate it.
So zoom in on their messy lives. Take a few minutes each session, no matter what's going on, to closely examine the problem everyone's facing. So basic when we last left off stuff. Nudge them. Subtly railroad them. Okay, let's just go on to pace action accordingly. Consider your sessions like a giant cut of steak. Oh, look, more meat puns. I guess they remembered they're supposed to do that. Good steak is tender with swirls of fatty marbling and a gentle charred crust from the sear. Apology to the sorry for the vegetarians. You're making fucking Meat World. No one cares. Slab of chewy meat is okay, but it's not great. Well, isn't that basically what a raw steak is?
Isn't that what sashimi is?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's fucking great.
Yeah, isn't like raw meat basically just chewy?
Also, steak tartare. Also, there's many. This is a very presumptuous book.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever had a steak, or at least a good one.
Like I said, there's some legitimate cultures that eat their meat raw.
Yeah. Or just
but
slightly acid cooked like ceviche.
This is wanting me. This makes me want steak.
So anyway,
Hell
same
yeah.
goes for the story. You could do a session that's all fighting and stomping around, but it's very one note. Throw in some personal drama, some hard decisions, some funny conversations. Basically, make a variety show. That's all they're saying.
Zoom in on their messy life. I really fucking hate how they keep using the word messy.
I
You know
hate
what
how
I
they
think?
write in general.
You know what I think of when I hear the word messy? A toddler covered in jam and throwing around his toy chest.
What is
That's-
it?
Messy should not be used to describe an adult.
Complicated could be used.
Yeah.
Disastrous.
Also,
Troublesome.
wish you were here and I weren't.
The Pacific Northeast. Get it? Because it's like the Pacific Northwest, but it's on the east.
Oh wait, this
Get
world
it?
is this like a parallel Earth? So then the
No,
I
Pacific.
don't-
No,
I
they're
don't
just
yes,
being
know.
funny.
no.
They're just trying to be funny. At worst, they're referencing like Siberia or some shit.
Okay, I want to read principles because
I
this
like how we've all given up at this point. We're just wishing for death.
It's
Principle.
it's because of how fucking obnoxious these assholes write.
principles give everyone a name and short history except the Fash because because fleshing out your enemies.
You probably
Who
need
needs
to
that?
explain the bad guys.
That's
Yeah,
that's actually my. Oh fucking do! I'm just gonna make the joke. That's actually what I'm doing for my campaign. Actually, set in the world of darkness, where black people aren't going to be given the character arcs whatsoever because who cares about them?
Oh
God
no!
damn
Biggie, goddamn it, why?
That's a level of bad that
I'm using their goddamn logic. All right, so fuck them.
Fair enough.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Beat them.
that's basically the lot. You need a one-dimensional bad punching bag.
Because
I mean,
why?
some-
Because why? Because even if they're very evil, why not contextualize why not contextualize their evil? Because who needs that? They're
this
bad.
actually says a lot about. I don't even think they read or watch children books and cartoons because you know what those do? They explain the bad guys and what they do. Like using the book that everyone fucking reads, and then you need to read another book, Harry Potter. They explain what Death Eaters do and what they're usually like by using Papa Malfoy and fucking Voldemort.
Beat them.
In like children's cartoon shows, they show what the bad guys usually do.
Okay, so make strangeness beautiful, make the queerness beautiful.
Like that weird pyramid man from Gravity Falls. He just wants to destroy everything. I think. I don't know.
But what if you're like too ugly as fuck? What if you like want to be ugly as fuck, queer people? That's assuming.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
that is
Oh no.
that is very lookist. I think is the term.
Oh yeah, this is top tier. Embrace the angst. Oh no.
So I think the people who are writing this were mentally like
Oh.
15.
Crawling in my skin.
By the way,
Oh,
give
really?
everyone a name in short history except the Fash because fuck them.
The exception to this is it's the blacks because seriously, fuck those guys.
Yeah, if
you
you
know,
replace
Adam,
Fash with insert ethnicity here,
Yeah. Wait, you could play Mad Libs with this.
yeah,
we're not going
Give
to
everyone-
because YouTube's going to yeet us off of the
except the
site.
blank, because fuck the blank.
You gotta love when whenever the is there. That means that's oh boy, you could use a 1 or 2 syllable word that represents all your enemies.
So this person the two people writing this advocate giving names. If you panic, look up baby names. It doesn't matter. Name them Todd, Anna, Truck, or Purple. Built to the strangest. So describe name all your NPCs and like give 2 sentences. And except for the bad guys, because screw them. They don't get a name. They're just tall guy, short guy, medium guy, and so on. Look, it's always a good idea to flesh out characters, including antagonists, but some people are just garbage. Yeah, like the writers of this book.
Yeah. We don't need to hear both sides of the.
Even though I don't really name
They
my
say even as they live off their parents' trust funds and should be violently executed for being part of the rich. Almost certainly.
Yeah.
but we're different.
See,
but we're different.
again,
trust us.
again,
Remember,
a
everybody,
major
Remember, everybody, if you hate a certain group of people, don't give them any characteristics whatsoever. They're just one-dimensional, and they should all be wiped off the face of the earth.
Randall,
Insert intermensch poster here.
oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Again, this is a major. This is a. Again, this is just awful writing. Because it's okay if you want to make one-dimensional bad guys to get mowed down by the protagonist in an RPG. That's complete. That's honestly fine. There's a reason for it. But having the only opponents in an RPG be dumb, faceless hordes of punching bags, it gets boring. There's no motivation for them other than be bad guy. And it's boring. There's no internal characterization. There's it's not entertaining. Like, you can make an over-the-top, disgustingly evil villain.
Like the cult of the Black Sun in your Saturday game. Which is literally just a murder cult that worships Pazuzu.
What do you think? Well,
similar to the Thuggies, basically.
Yeah. But they should have at least some characterization that defines their evil.
Yeah.
Like maybe, I mean, since you're using Fash so much, maybe call them the gene purists that want to cleanse all imperfections from the gene code of the meat god. And they see certain baseline stats as defective, mainly mechs. Maybe they focus more on defective mechs than people.
Are you doing reasonable character development? What the fuck are you? That's not allowed.
They're not reasonable. Stop. They're still awful because they want to cleanse away certain phenotypes.
Reasonable in the way of, like, you're giving world building that actually makes sense, is what I mean.
Reasonable, yeah, I know. I shouldn't be allowed because they're just bad guy, and you punch them.
They're first edition orcs. Their entire existence.
First edition orcs had more personality than this. Because even
they
can redeem.
Yeah. They had a backstory.
Redeem, even though Gygax says you should stab them in the fucking heart.
I mean, I was also going to say they have. I was gonna say they also have backstories.
Fuck. Even in shit even in like the earliest modules, like Keep on the Borderlands, the groups of monsters still had at least goals. Usually it's get food, get loot, fight off this other band of monsters.
Not these guys. They're just be evil.
Yeah, it's
just be evil. Like every other book I can think of that we've covered gave at least some motivation. Like in Sigmata, 9 times out of 10, they're just doing their job. They're the evil fascist cops are doing their job or because they believe in the government system.
Yeah.
With anything that Derek DeShaw makes, it's because you have to be evil because there's good and evil in his crap setting. So you do it to please the gods.
This isn't even cartoon villainy. Like the I don't know, like fucking Dick Dastardly tying someone to the railroad tracks.
You can tell he has fun with it. Like this is entertainment to him.
These guys are they're literal
not even
NPCs.
Happy.
They're NPCs. That's it. They're NPCs. Their entire existence is to run a function in a game, and they don't have any actual personality. They're like fucking random encounter spawns in Skyrim.
Well, remember, these people started their project as a video game. So that's how they're probably thinking, combined with being angry at Chet on Twitter for saying something that doesn't agree with them. Because they're so mad, they have to have a part 2 where you beat them down so they can rise up. Oh, never mind. This is them justifying. Second edition asshole GM behavior.
Yes, gamers. Does this mean that gamers can rise up in this setting?
You know, unironically, you can because you're supposed to beat up on your players. So you walk the line between awful GM and hard choices GM. Don't ruin the player's fun. Don't steal from them. Don't cheat from them. Don't just pile on misery. Fun comes first. Oh, they finally remembered fun comes first. It only took them that fucking long to remember that. Within the frame, work with them, blah, blah, blah. Shove them to the floor, but only so they can find an opportunity. So basically, beat them down so they can come up so you can beat them up again. Ask questions about the characters and feelings. Make blah, blah, blah. Basic GM stuff 101. We're just going to move on to GM moves, I think. God, this book sucks.
I think this might be the... No. Black's Tokyo is still worse.
Oh yeah,
That's
Black Tokyo.
interesting, though.
Black Tokyo is discussing fetish shit.
It's
fetish
worse,
shit.
but it's still more
But
interesting.
it's more honest about the fetish shit.
So anyway, GM moves are things that the GM can do. They're personal moves, which basically inflict statuses, blah, blah, blah. You can do all these things, and they explain what each of them does. And you can introduce bad situations, or you can just magically make them unprepared now. So whatever they were doing, they're somehow unprepared. So basically, you can fuck them over by making them seem like they weren't ready for something. Hey, remember that earlier bit, like 2 pages ago, where they said don't take their stuff? Well, it says right here, take away their resources. So I guess you can just fine.
Oh no!
Good job, book.
We already lost half of our viewership, and it's almost been 2 hours. Should we have a stopping point here pretty soon?
Yeah, we probably should.
Stopping point. I'm fucking done with this piece of shit.
So the question is, do we even want to continue this, or should we just give a rating?
I fucking don't. I don't want to.
Yeah, can we end? My fever is hacking up.
You might want to at least take a look at the glorious artwork on starting page 35.
Yeah, 35.
What rating are we giving this book? Is this a fuck you, or is this a true namer class? What are we giving this?
This is a true namer.
This
is true namer.
No, it's a game, so it's a fuck you.
Well, fuck you.
All right, let me
Fuck
show you. Let me show you the epitome of this fucking game right here.
We lost over half of our YouTube followers. They didn't want to watch this shit no more.
I don't blame them. This was terrible.
Yeah, say are you blaming them?
Yes, I am, because we're amazing, and you should be watching us 24/7. I desire
It's
your
like a female-to-male version of Salvador from Borderlands 2.
Yep,
Oh, no.
including the middle finger that just tells you everything you need to fucking know.
Drinking beer.
And here's this particular genius here.
Oh,
-1 chill.
That man, this is the face of a person who has a sexual abuse allegation against them.
Bartlett does look like he's a rapist. I'm not gonna look.
That's a little too far.
Here's goth chick stereotype 875.
They look. Sadly, they're the most normal looking of the lot so far. That's saying something.
This is goth wicked chick bootleg model.
I mean, she doesn't look like she should be that much of an ass. I don't know.
Here's hippie stereotype, which really goes to show how fucking out of touch the creators of this are.
And scenario, this is fucking done.
Yeah, it's done.
We're done.
Can we leave?
Yeah, fuck this book.
So, what's the ratings again? I think it's like dumpster fire. No, deep hurting.
I mean, we didn't technically finish it, but in ad nauseam for as in we didn't finish it. What are we calling this?
Fuck off.
Deep hurting.
Fuck you.
Deep hurting.
This is deep hurting.
I mean, I am deep hurting right now. Yeah.
The only book that I remember that actually infuriated me more than this was fucking Changing Breeds.
That's just saying something.
And that had bird tits in it.
Changing Breeds at least had the bird people, the Aztec bird people.
Also, it had the based elephant men, which are gonna just knock the shit out of everyone.
So, with that in mind, I think we found the worst book. It's not even done yet, but I think we found the worst book we've ever fucking reviewed.
No, we were done with the book because there was barely anything of the book. It was just
Good
basic.
point. Yeah, we are done with it. We're never like I don't even
Yeah.
care if it comes out. Like fuck that.
Wait, Aquila Tequila pointed out we forgot to talk about the combat wheelchair person. That was on
Oh,
page
you mean the sex offender guy? Like where? Combat wheelchair man. What?
page 37.
It was one of the characters. It was one
Oh,
of the
I showed
characters in the
him.
video.
I fucking
you did?
showed him.
Oh man, I'm out of
Combat.
I didn't even like. We're not even seriously looking at these fuckers. Just. Ugh.
There's also a female version of John Lennon on page 41.
Yeah, I
Yep,
showed
that's-
that one too. Let's look at this chat before we go, because like I need something better. I know after this I'm gonna be looking at more fucking Movie Bob's nonsense.
Again, we would like to thank our most loyal, the most two loyal viewers we have, and that's Holt and Aquila Tequila. You guys are great.
You two, the fact you powered through 2 hours of bullshit, I'm proud of you guys for fucking dealing with that.
Good job, assholes. Thank
Like
you
you
so
could tell,
much.
you could tell this book fucking. Ugh.
Drained us.
You literally could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you chose us for whatever reason, and that actually makes me feel a lot. I appreciate that.
I don't know if you're dedicated or retarded, but either way, thank you so much.
ASCII too is better, yeah.
Why not both?
Maybe Kickstarter, but who's actually gonna buy and play it? No one. I don't think anyone's gonna play it. I think this was.
I want to die.
Tabletop
I
games.
want die.
Tabletop
die.
games make me want to do a flip in Minecraft.
I'd rather play modded Minecraft right now than listen to more of this.
Well, that's
Yeah.
infinitely
Yeah.
more fun.
Yeah.
So
All in all,
with that in mind,
this game is awful. The
Don't play
creator
it.
should feel The creator
See you
should
in
feel
hell.
bad.
yeah. Bye forever.
Bye.